All right, today we are going to look at the relationship that we can find in one step or one operation equations. And basically what this is the relationship between the dependent and the independent variables in one step or one operation equations. So what that is an equation, which would be an expression with an equal sign that has one operation. So one addition problem or one subtraction problem, one multiplication or one division problem. So one of those. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so there's a few things that we need to learn about. In a situation, okay, in a situation like this where Malcolm finds that it costs $21 per person to visit Wild World, that would be per person. It would be 21 times the number of people. We can write that cost equals 21 times the number of people, that we shorten that into C equals 21 times N, and then because we are in math and we like to keep things simple, and again, I've been telling you all year that I like to abbreviate and I don't like to write out long words, and you saw me earlier in the week abbreviate the word bike with a B. So we can take out the letters and say that cost is now represented with a C, N would stand for number of people, and we can even abbreviate multiplication in math with, we can get rid of that multiplication sign and just scoot the variable next to the number and say that the cost would equal the number of people times 21, or C equals 21N. Now, 21N, this part right here, is called an expression. Okay, so just the 21N. So if we look at C equals 21N, this part of it is the expression part. This part is the expression part. Okay, so what we have here is the expression of the equation. Okay, now again, it becomes an equation when we throw the equal sign in. All right, so the whole thing with the equal sign would be the equation. Okay, now in the number, in the expression 21N, and this is some vocabulary for you, the 21, this is a term, okay, so this is a term, okay, so this is a term, I'll write that out, and I know I said that 3 times, but it's okay. I want you to get this down. So in the term 21N, in our expression, the 21 is called the coefficient. All right, and the N, okay, and the N, we all know that to be the variable. Okay, now, usually in a one-step equation, we solve them by clearing them or clearing out the one step by doing the opposite. That's why we've been doing a lot of work with fact families this year. So if I wanted to figure up the cost for 21 people, let's say, okay, if I know that I am taking 21 people, okay, with me, and it's $21 per person, then in this situation, I would use C equals 21N, and now we are going to use what we call substitution, which means N equals 21. So now I'm going to substitute in my equation 21 for N. So that would be 21 times 21. All right, so we're going to go over here to the side, and we are going to multiply 21 times 21. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, write a 0, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, we add that up, and we get 441, so that the cost for 21 people is 441. We'll go ahead and add the dollar sign because we are talking cost for 21 people is $441. Now, if we want to go the opposite direction and say that we have a cost of, let's say I know that my cost equals $210, and I want to know what n equals, then I would work backwards. This would be one of those cases where I would want to work backwards or use fact families or use division to solve the multiplication. So I would substitute, since this would be my C, in this case C equals 210, so we would go 210 equals 21n. Now, since we're multiplying here, how do we get rid of multiplication, or how do we clear multiplication? We would want to divide. So we're going to divide this side by 21 and divide this side by 21. Okay, those cancel out, and 210 divided by 21 is 10. Okay, and if you want to do that longhand just to double check your work, okay, 21 goes into 21 once. We subtract it, we get 0 left over, bring down the other 0, and it goes in there once. We got zeros left. Therefore, 10 equals n, so we could take 10 people for $210. All right, so real quickly, just to recap, and I will be very quick on this, so go back and rewatch if you have a hard time. These are one-step equations. One-step equations involve one operation, either addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. When we write one-step equations and we are multiplying, we don't have to write multiplication. A lot of times we won't. We'll see it as 21n. Okay, we'll get rid of the x, or when we are substituting, like I did down here twice, we're going to put parentheses around it, okay? And the act of replacing a variable with a number is called substitution. Okay, some terms to know. This part of an equation without the equal sign is called the expression part. If we add in the other side of our equation with the equal sign, we get the equation. So we have to have the equal sign and the other side. It's like a balance, or back in elementary school or on a playground, that would be like a teeter-totter. Okay. In the term 21n, the 21, or the number, is called the coefficient. The n is the variable. All right. All right. If you have any questions, make sure you ask. Make sure that you have answered a 1 and a 2 from page 67 in your spiral prior to coming to class tomorrow. All right, thank you.